Sometimes life lets you down and you feel that you are done. You just want a morning run because the fun is all gone. But sometimes life makes you proud when you look far and wide, when you leave the pain behind and see the brighter side. TNC gives you inspiration. TNC reignites your passion. TNC starts your transformation. TNC helps you see the new you.
The new channel. The new channel. The views, opinions, and insights expressed in the following show are those of the hosts, producers, guests, and viewers. They do not necessarily reflect the position of the channel. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello everyone, welcome to the new channel. We're here to help you see the new you. My name is Wanlu and this is the Puppet Stories. Good evening, everyone. Today is September 14, Monday. Welcome to this week's episode of the Puppet Stories. Here on the show, we talk about anyone or anything that has to do with puppets. Last week, we had the Padie family from India. And tonight, we have a very, very, very special guest all the way from California. But before we introduce him, I'd like to show you first this coloring book. That's right, it's a coloring book, and as you can see, it says Axtell Expressions. All right, and you can all see the puppets. There you go. Closer, closer. You can see all the puppet creations of our very, very special guest tonight. We have the toucan and the dinosaur, the bear, Vern the bird, the wild thing, the duck. Okay, and let me show you how they look. Well, if you see a bigger picture, you'll appreciate it more. So I'd like to show you the. Oh, wait a minute. I'd like to. Okay, wait a minute. Something happened here. I don't know what happened, but what happened? Oh, I forgot. I'm so sorry. We have to say the magic words, Axtell Expressions. And let's see if it worked. Well, there you go. Now I have all the characters, the puppet characters that our special guest created. There we go. The wild thing, the raccoon, the toucan, and the duck, and the dodo bird. All the characters that our special guest created. Now, wait a minute. This doesn't look like it's a coloring book. Of course, a coloring book needs color. So let's do more magic here. Axtell Expressions. And let's see if it worked. There you go. Now we have colors on the characters and the puppets that our special guest created. One of my favorites, the toucan. There you go. Let's see who else we have inside. Oh, there you go. The dodo bird. And again, this is a magic coloring book featuring all the creations of our special guest. Speaking of the special guest, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome all the way from Ventura, California, the CEO of Axtell Expressions, my very good friend, Steve Axtell. Let's go, Steve.
Hey.
Hi, Steve. How are you?
Oh my goodness, I'm here with Wanlu, the ambassador of puppets. This is amazing.
Well,
Hello,
if
my
I'm the
friend.
ambassador, Steve, if I'm the Philippine ambassador of puppetry, you are the creator of all the puppets that I have, all the puppets that I use on my show. And first things first, it's such an honor for me to have you on the show. Thank you very much for doing this,
You're
Steve.
welcome very much. Honored to be here. I have so
So the
many good
honor
friends
is
in the Philippines and in Indonesia, all around the world.
That's right. So we're saying hello to all the friends, all of Steve's friends from the Philippines and Indonesia. And those of you who are watching, please comment, post your comments so we can read all your comments. And if you want to say hello to Steve,
Yeah,
now's the chance. All right. And
please do.
Steve, first things first, how's the weather in California?
Oh, right now it's good. We went through a big heat wave. And of course, we have fires going on in California. They're not anywhere near us, so we're safe. But um, my in laws and my daughter, they have fires near them in Northern California and Oregon and the Western United States. There's a lot of fires burning right now. So occasionally the air is a little bit thick and you might see it like orange. The sun looks orange and stuff, but we're safe, and there's not going to be a fire interruption during our broadcast today.
Hey, I'm glad you're safe, Steve. I'm glad you're safe and your family's safe. And especially, I'm glad your puppets are safe.
Yes, the factory is within safe zone right now.
Right, that's good news. All right, Steve. All the viewers are excited to learn about your puppetry art. I mean, your puppet creations are fantastic. In my act,
Thank you.
personally, I have lots of your creations, not just puppets, but also magic stuff. Like, for example, the off the meter, and of course, the magic drawing board. And
I must
you know,
apologize, Wanlu. I must
go ahead.
apologize. The off the meter, it seems to break almost every show. I'm
It
so
does.
sorry.
It does. It does. It breaks every time, and
I'm so
it's a
sorry.
fantastic prop because it gets the children, especially the children, gets them going. It gets them crazy, and it's a
Yeah.
fantastic prop to start
Thank
every
you.
act. And I never perform without off you're off the meter prop. Okay.
Thank you.
In my act, in my performances, I at least the very least, I have three Axtell Expressions
Wow.
props or puppets. I never perform without those three. I say at least three because most of the time I have more. Okay. The very first Axtell Expression prop that I owned way back in 19. This is very long ago. 19. I
Wow.
started in 9. So this was probably in 1989 or 1990. I'm not
You were
sure.
just a little boy.
Uh, no, the very first prop that I bought from you was the special effects drawing board. So it
Oh,
must be 1990 or 91, right?
yes, that's right.
Yeah, it took a couple of months at least. The snail mail thing is really snail mail,
Sure.
just very slow. Yeah,
So it wasn't the magic drawing board, it was the special effects drawing board.
it was well.
Yeah. Interesting. froze. Well, so let me tell you a little story about the special effects drawing board. We came out with the magic drawing board first. And the magic drawing board, of course, has the eyes and the mouth that move on the board. And then magicians were saying, oh, I want to use that, but I can't do ventriloquism. And so can you make one where a card pops out of its mouth? And I got to thinking about that, and I didn't want to do that at that time, but I knew what they were referring to, cardiology by Martin. And so what I did was I said, what we should do is turn our magic drawing board into a card popping up from the slot for the special effects drawing board. And they could draw a card pack on it. They could draw anything they wanted to at the beginning. And then those two boards could be used interchangeably between the in their act. So you wouldn't know which board you were picking up to make the drawing on. So I have a drawing board here with me, and a couple of great tips on how to make drawings. Check this out. A lot of people have the drawing boards, so I think you're going to enjoy these tips. My magic marker, of course. But check this out. So first of all, when we started with the magic drawing board, we would do this, and then we would turn the board over and make the pupils like this, right? Okay, so let me erase those. Here's another way to do it. I'll stand up for this. Okay, make your circles on here, and you just simply draw them right on in front of your audience. So that's a second way of doing it. And a third way of doing it, really clever. Check this out. A customer from England came up with this, and I think it's just brilliant. You draw circles on here like this. And let's see. Let's make these nice big pupils like this. Oh, those are too big, aren't they? Here, let me make them a little bit smaller. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Isn't that great? So for those of you that know how it works, bingo, there's some tips for you.
All right. Thank you, Steve. Hey, Steve, I'm back. I apologize. There's something wrong with the internet. Happens all the time. No, actually, it happens for the very first time. I apologize to you, Steve. But what happened when I was out?
It happened on me, of course.
Yeah. What happened while I was out?
I demonstrated some tips on the magic drawing board, how to draw the eyes 3 different ways. So
I see. All right.
Yeah.
Before my internet connection failed, we were talking about the magic drawing board. I accidentally, it was unintentional. I was trying to order the magic drawing board, but I got the special effects drawing board instead. Well, it's a blessing in disguise because I use it a lot. And after that, of course, I also got the magic drawing board. Okay,
yes.
Steve, speaking of the magic drawing board, tell us about the history of this prop.
Sure. So I was working in psychology full-time, and this is at a state hospital situation where I was like a nurse, a frontline nurse. It's called a psychiatric technician, and I was working with autistic children and developmentally disabled children, which is retarded. And so they had very, very low functioning mental abilities, and I was doing that full time, but on the weekends, I had my shows that I did as a performer. So I was a magician first and a puppeteer second at the time. So I was doing puppetry in a puppet stage, but with a show coming up that weekend, I was thinking I would really like to have a puppet that could draw caricatures. I think that would be really fun because part of it was a walk around, or part of it was a fair and a live, you could gather crowds. And I'm also a caricature artist. So I was going to have the puppet sitting here, and it was the storyteller. And I know you have a storyteller. The old guy, I was going to have him sitting in front of me. The easel would be here with the paper, and I'd put my hand in his sleeve, and this would be his hand. Hey, how are you? And he'd draw a caricature of the guy, right? And then give the caricature away, sell it or whatever. So that was what I was planning to do that weekend. As I was on my lunch break from my psychology job, I was sitting out under a willow tree on my lunch break, eating my sandwich. And I was dreaming this up, thinking, boy, it would be really cool. And what if after he drew it, the drawing could talk? How would I do that? And I began a journey, and a few lunches later, I had the mechanics worked out of the magic drawing board. So that was kind of what it was for my own show. And I think that's the benefit to all the entertainers that use my props, is that you're using something that I developed for a show for my own purposes. And that gives you a lot of insight as a performer into how to use the product, and it just flows naturally into a performance environment. It's not like a builder who never performs, that just makes stuff and hopes that it works, you know.
That's right, Steve. When was this? What year?
This was 1983, 84, and
Wow.
84 is when I have the patent on it. And I took it to Vin Haven the very first
All right.
year.
Okay, so 1984, you had it patented, and was it the same year that you performed in Vent Haven with it?
Yes, that's, that year I took it just as a dealer, and I performed with it there. And I had my first board signed by Jeff Dunham, Willie Tyler, all the people that were there, Mark Wade. It was really fun in 1984. And I've got that board still, of course, just for the autographs.
Wow.
And David Ginn, the
Yes.
children's magician out of Atlanta, he made me an offer for an exclusive, and my wife said, "Oh, you've got to sell it to him. Oh my gosh, that's more money than we've ever heard of." And I said, "No, I think I'm gonna do really well with this over the years."
What do you mean, Steve? He offered to buy the right?
He was there at Vent Haven. So David saw me performing with it at my dealer table and came over and knew immediately what power this was. He hadn't seen anything like it in the magic field before.
Right.
So
right.
he said, "Yeah, I want to make you an exclusive offer before you sell any." And he made me an offer, and my wife wanted me to go for it. And I said, no. And so we've sold 50,000 magic drawing boards already since 1984. And it's just been a blessing. It's put our kids through college and bought our house and everything else.
Right. And your drawing board is all over the world. Every ventriloquist has one. Actually, every ventriloquist has more than one. You want to make sure if something goes wrong, they have a backup. In fact, I have a couple of the manuals, and I also have the remote drawing board.
Oh, wonderful.
And I also have the special effects, and I also have a drawing board with the ungimmick drawing board.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any of the new version 2 with the tongue? Or,
of course, I do.
Yeah.
I got it from one of your Axtell, what do you call this? The auctions, yeah. Yeah,
okay.
I got one, just
Axtell's
recently.
Attic.
Yeah, Axtell's Attic. I got one, it's the magic drawing board too. And I think I'm the only one in the Philippines who has one. And my son, my son, by the way, has ADHD. So when you were telling the story about autism earlier, kind of reminded me of him.
Yeah.
He's right here with me. And the first time he saw the stick out tongue effect from the drawing board, even my wife was shocked. Okay, yeah, they were not expecting it. They thought it was the regular drawing board.
I love
that. You were talking about the storyteller.
Wow.
Yeah, this came with the drawing board, the magic drawing board too.
You got
from
that
the Axtell Attic
in the auction. That's my first one.
Yeah, I got in the
Really? My very first one. Yeah, 1982.
Wow.
I hand painted those eyes that you've got right there.
Oh yes. Now that you now that you're telling me this will never be sold, it's going to be here forever. This
Wow,
is
that's
part of
great.
Axtell history, ladies
Yeah, it
and
is.
gentlemen. This is the very
Yeah.
first storyteller. Hey,
Wow.
Lou Hilario, if you're watching, you should adopt me.
You and Lou go back and forth all the time. That's so funny. Oh, I
Of course,
love
you
it.
remember Lou Hilario. He's a good friend of mine.
Sure. Of course.
He's most likely watching right now, and he's the
Hey, Lou.
very first guy that he has until now a lot of your puppets. Yeah, yes,
Yes.
yes,
Oh,
yes.
absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Lou goes way back too. We have a wonderful relationship, and he's so creative, and like you have invented some little things that go along with my puppets, and one of them I'm
Oh
excited to
yeah,
reveal. Mhm.
yes, yes,
One of
that's
them.
true, Steve. Okay, Steve, the magic drawing board you mentioned about David Ginn. Um, uh, can you tell us your experience performing it in front of Jeff Dunham and all the other ventriloquists for the very first time? How
Oh
did
boy.
they react?
Well, it was amazing. It was total gasps from the audience when they saw it move for the first time, and then when it talked, of course, the ventriloquist saw the value of that right away, and they were blown away. And they rushed my dealer table, and it was just a huge line. And I think my wife understood then that I was smart not to sell it exclusively. But boy, David sold a lot of the boards too with his through his business and stuff over the years as well. So it worked out good for him as well. Um, we are just so honored that it crossed over. So it wasn't just ventriloquists, but magicians, clowns,
Right.
jugglers. Everybody just picks up the drawing board and makes some magic happen. Even cartoonists and special speakers that just do corporate gigs, they can use it and play along even with a pre-recorded track, or in your case, a magic track that has pre-recorded, or you can do it remote control as well.
Right. It's a very, very strong prop, not just for puppeteers, not just for ventriloquists, as you said, even for magicians, because you did made the abstracts thing,
Mhm.
and magicians were able to use the magic drawing board without
Yeah,
the without ventriloquism, just the
right.
abstracts, and it worked very well.
Yep. I think that was one of the earlier breakthroughs that we realized that in order to be a broad company, I had to sell products to more than just the ventriloquists of the world, and so we were able to go full time with the magic drawing board. That really kind of kicked us in, and then the bird arm illusion came along later, and that was another patent that we had. And these two items really launched us, and we were able to. I went through some decision making in my early years because I was trying to determine if I was going to be a full-time performer or if I was going to be a manufacturer. And I really had a passion to make the world laugh and to make the world a happier place, as many of us do. That's what we want to do. So when I was doing that thought process, I thought about, we had just had our first baby, and it was Ryan, and I got to thinking about, if I have a life on the road, or if I'm in traveling around or on a cruise ship or something, I'm not going to see much of my family, as all cruise ship people know. Although you do get big breaks and stuff, but it wasn't what I chose. So I thought I should manufacture my stuff and try to sell it to other entertainers, because honestly, if my goal is to make the world a happier place, if I can send those things out to you folks that are really performers and full-time performers, oh my goodness, it's spread around the world. We're in 80 countries now, making the world a happier place. I mean, it happened way, way beyond what anything I could do. So I'm really honored to put tools in the hands of performers like you. In fact, our byline is making innovations to help you entertain the world. That is what
Wow,
Axtell Expressions is all about.
that is so strong. That's a very, very strong statement, Steve. And you have succeeded because a lot of performers use your puppets, your magic props, and easily put, you made us look better. you made us look good. You made us look, you know, very talented, and I can't imagine performing without your puppets and your
Oh,
inventions, Steve.
that's so wonderful. I'm honored. I'm honored. Thank you.
Okay,
Hey,
Steve. Let's talk about the bird arm illusion.
yeah.
It's quite interesting because uh, when I figured out how it worked, that's the thing in magic. If you find out how it worked, you get more interested in it. So when I
Yeah.
found out how it worked, I got more interested in it, and I remember using it for the first time with I believe it was a Vern, and
Hmm.
yeah, the reaction of the audience, not just the audience. I go out to the streets and perform with it, to just walk around, and the reaction is just
Yeah.
really very, very, uh, very different from other props.
Yeah.
Just regular puppets.
Well,
And
it's so
tell us how
strong.
you, yeah, very strong. Tell us how you came up with this idea.
So it was in my own shows before I went full time. I was just performing on the weekends and stuff. And I wanted to use a bird puppet, but I wasn't a ventriloquist, like I said. So I was just a puppeteer, but I wanted to put a bird on my arm. And I thought, wouldn't that be cool? Like I saw a picture with a falcon on a glove. How can I do that? I thought. And I knew my hand had to be in the puppet, but I talked to some engineers and they said, no, you don't have to have your hand in the puppet. You can have your hand outstretched in a glove, and you can have wires that go from here up through pulleys and that go up to the bird. And so you can manipulate the bird from these pulleys and wires inside the arm. So I got to thinking about that for a while, and I thought that was really overcomplicated. And so if I kept going like this, like if I have my hand in the bird, a fake arm out here, but how would I hold a fake arm out? I'd have to have a brace that goes up here. And, I started through this thought process. So in my notebooks, which I have over 500 notebooks now, every single day of my business since 1982, I've kept a journal every day. So I have all of my notes, so I can go back in history and look at 1982 and see what my thoughts were at the time. Cantilever is what I did to come off of here. It's called cantilever, and that's what holds the bird arm illusion out here. And it's really effective. You can turn around, the bird's tail comes down below the arm. I don't have, but there's videos on the
Right.
website, and you can put a link to it as well. But the effect is amazing, and I have performed this even at Toy Fair, which is I've sold this item actually in Toys R Us and stuff for children over the years. In 1990, 91, we licensed it to a toy company, and I was there performing with an adult-sized version, and then we sold the toy version out to all the toy stores. That was Toy Fair in New York City. When I was there, I would even put it on in front of them and show them. So here I am. I've got a bird arm illusion on. I put it here. It's sticking out here with a white glove on it. In this case, it was a blue glove. I put the Velcro around my arm. So I showed them, this is where the puppet's going to go. The glove is out here, right? So I take the puppet, I put the puppet on, and they said, wait a minute, how's the bird moving? They instantly couldn't get it. Their brain wouldn't allow them to see that was their hand in there. And even then, they were saying, are there wires that go up from your fingers that are moving the bird? So it's pretty strong. And
Right.
yeah, I know that you know the power
So
of it.
right, right. And so the word illusion for the bird arm illusion, it actually works.
It sure does. Yeah,
It
it
sure
absolutely does.
does.
And you
All
don't have
right,
to use it
Steve,
with
we have
just
a few
fur.
people here would like to say hello to you before we take a break. We
Sure.
have Alden Nascimento. This thing is the best. I think he's talking about the drawing board. Isabel
Thank
Molina
you.
is watching. Mabin
Thank you.
Sanchez watching live from Laguna. Hi, Wanlu and Steve. Cherie
Awesome.
Brown Rosner, another Axtell
Oh, yeah.
Expression fan, is
Sherry.
saying you are the lucky guy to have the number one guy. I think he's referring to my
Storyteller.
my
Mhm.
storyteller. That's right. Thank you,
Oh,
Cherie. I am very lucky. Okay, to have it. Okay, Steve, we'll take a break first. After the
Okay.
break, you show us some of the products, some of the inventions that you have,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
talk about more about your creations and stuff. All right.
Excellent.
In the
Thank
meantime,
you.
ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a break first. After the break, we'll see more items, more stuff from Steve, and of course, more stories from the great one, the Steve Axtell. Take a break first.
Hello everyone! Iniimbitahan ko po kayo na panoorin ang The Papet Stories with Wanlu, ang pinakasikat at pinakamagaling na ventriloquist sa Pilipinas. The Papet Stories tuwing araw po yan ng Martes at Biyernes at 5 p.m. sa TNC, The New Channel. Kita kits!
All right, welcome back to the Puppet Stories. We are still with the great Steve Axtell from Axtell Expressions. Before we bring him back, we'd like to say thank you to some of our friends. Congresswoman Nina Taduran of ACT-CIS Party List. Thank you very much, Congresswoman Taduran, for supporting the puppet stories and the art of puppetry in general. We'd like to thank as well Dr. Mildred Vitangcol, President of Sonta Club Makati Ayala. Sonta Club will have a blood donation project on September 19, 8 a.m. at Barangay Magallanes in Makati. Again, thank you very much, Dr. Mildred Vitangcol, the president of Sonta Club Makati Ayala, for supporting the puppet stories and the art of puppetry in general. We'd like to thank as well our friends from Bangon Talentadong Pinoy. Saturdays, 8 p.m. on TV5. You can join by sending your videos to their Bangon Talentadong Pinoy FB page. If your video will be chosen, you get 2K. And if you're one of the top 5 videos, you get 10K. And if you win, if you're the champion for the day, you get 50,000 pesos and you get to defend your title for 5 weeks for a total of 250,000 pesos. Again, that's Bangon Talentadong Pinoy on TV5. All right, let's go back to my very, very special guest, all the way from California. Hey, all the way from California. Yes, Granddad, all the way from California, the man who created you. Ah, the man who created me. Yes, the man who created you and a whole lot of other puppets, special puppet designs and special creations from Axtell Expressions. The man, Steve Axtell. Welcome back to the show, Steve.
Oh my goodness,
Hey,
Wanlu. I got some great stuff to show you.
Go ahead. What can you show us, Steve?
Oh,
Hey, Steve. How are you?
well, How you doing?
Yeah, I'm in Manila enjoying the weather. It's
What is the weather like there?
it's hot, and so are the girls.
Make sure you put on your suntan lotion before you
I
see
will, I will.
those hot girls.
Yes,
303
yes, I will. I will.
aerospace.
Hey, Steve, what can you show everyone?
All right. So one of the newest developments that we've got are these little characters right here behind me. And these are called the Dinkies. Check these out. This is a new line of puppets that came to me in a dream 25 years ago. Look at these little guys.
Wow.
These are the first of the characters that I'm coming out with, and it's a monkey, of course. So this is the Dinky Monkey. And these little guys are really full. They're packed full of personality for a very, very small puppet. These are like $100, under $100, and your hand goes directly into the back of them, and they're just great for entertaining on camera or a small group of kids, or even their heads are really not that much smaller than a lot of our puppets. So the heads are big, and it makes for a very affordable and very fun character for entertaining. So I had a dream, and I walked into a toy store. This was about 25 years ago. In my dream, I walked into a toy store, and over in the corner was a pull like this of a lot of different characters. I think 20. 20 is what I'm shooting for. I'm going to do 20 different characters. This is just the first. This is just the monkey. And I looked at them, and I went over to them, and I walked around the pole looking at these characters in my dream, and I was blown away at how much character they had. Just the essence of their sculpture and stuff was just better than something else that I had seen. It just made such an impression on me. I didn't have any, it wasn't specifically these guys. It was just an impression. You know how dreams are. I looked at the top, and my name was there at the top of the stand. So I am in a process right now in our almost 40th year of doing this to recreate that dream with all 20 of the characters that I'm dreaming up now to go on the stand. And they're all called the Dinkies, which means small in English. And it's a little phrase that I used to tell my kids, dinky stories. And so it's a family word too. Dinky stories was about a little boy who was so small he would ride around in his dad's ear. And I would tell my kids dinky stories about this little boy Dinky. So we put it all together, and this is the Dinkies, and it's fulfillment of my dream that I had 25 years ago. So this is the characters, but then Ryan, my son, has joined me as vice president. I got to introduce you to Ryan. This is
Hi, Ryan.
He's a lot taller than me, so I might have to go up here. There you go.
Hi, Ryan.
Yeah, so Ryan has actually joined me as vice president after he's been the black sheep and had gone away for 13 years doing something. Imagine his own career as a songwriter, singer, and a worship leader. And he has joined me now as vice president. He has a business degree, and he went to get that as well. So he's been kind of heading up our tech department right now and is doing a ton of great work, including something he's going to show you. That's so exciting.
All right. Before you show it to us, Ryan, before you do, I'm just guessing, Steve.
Yeah.
Is the Axtell attic an idea of Ryan?
So Axtell's Attic was my idea. But the show Inside Axtell was Ryan's idea.
Oh, I see.
Continued. So our new show now, because we've sold off so much of my stuff, as you know, our new show is Inside Axtell, and we take you behind the scenes of how we make our stuff. And that show, we have number 5, episode 5, coming up this Thursday at 3 p.m. Pacific. And I know you've seen that show, and it's really cool. What we do is we highlight performers like you, also have special guests on where they teach things, and we show the methods on how we do it, and we have so much silliness and so much fun that makes it really entertaining to watch as well. It's about an hour and a half.
Right. I'm going to watch it on Thursday because
right.
you did ask me to be part of it. So I'm just trying to make the video and we'll send it to you soon, real soon. Don't worry.
Right.
All right.
No rush. You got it.
All right.
Hey,
what do you have for
you-
us, Ryan?
You hearing this mic okay?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, so one of the things that we try to do here is keep our animatronics and technology usable and simple so that the performer can focus on performing, instead of handling complicated technical issues or programming. And so one of the products that we've developed recently is an animatronic called the Easy Talk. This is similar to our hands-free light, and I actually have it right here to demo with our Dinky. So this version is called the Dinky Talk, but we make it full for a back entry puppet. We make it for a bottom entry and a bird perch. So again, similar to our hands-free light, but here's the difference. So this guy it's wall powered or battery powered, and it's got an audio input on the back. And so what's cool about this guy is when you turn it on, the head moves automatically and randomly. So there's a head left, right, and then there's a mouth open, again, like our hands-free light. But there's no remote control needed, and the mouth responds to an audio signal. That could be a live microphone plugged into the back, or it could be a pre-recorded voice memo, or like an Axe Tracks. We now have Easy Tracks. I just want to demo that real quick. So I got Steve's phone, and I have, much like an Axe Tracks or what you would use with your remote drawing board.
Don't drop it.
Yeah, right. I got a little routine pulled up. We recently released a video called the Banana Song. So if you haven't seen it, go to the Axtell Expressions YouTube page. And this routine is based on the Banana Song. But coming out on my phone, I just have a little audio splitter, a left channel and a right channel. I'm running the left channel. I'm just plugging into the back of the Easy Talk. And then the right channel, I'm just plugging in this little speaker right here. And I'll kind of cheat the mic down so you can hear it. And then I'm going to play, and then Steve will do the routine along with it for a minute. So
I'll try to. It's new.
Yeah. So you'll notice the mouth will move automatically. It's being triggered by audio. I didn't have to program it other than set up the audio file, which is huge because that makes things a little simpler for many entertainers. So let's check this out.
Hey, I want you to meet my new friend.
Okay.
Hey, he's.
Hello. I wanted you to meet my new friend.
This is the rehearsal track, and you can see my voice is on it.
Okay, yeah.
That's right. Let me see if I can.
Which won't work. So we've got the other track here. So the rehearsal track is the one that you get free with that, and you will be able to rehearse along with that. You can hear my voice was on that track. So Ryan's getting the performance track up here. If you hold sideways, you can see. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. So this one should be the same exact file without the
my voice
on it.
Yep.
I think. Let's give this a try.
Hey,
Okay.
check it out.
Okay.
He's gonna sing a song for us. Go ahead, sing your song.
Hi. Okay. Yeah. Hi.
Come on, sing your song. I want you to sing a song for us.
Hold it.
What?
I'm gonna what? I haven't even eaten yet. I'm gonna eat first. I'm so hungry.
Well, wait a minute. You got to sing a song first, then we'll eat.
Oh, come on. I can't sing unless I've eaten. I'm so hungry.
I'm sure you are, but you do have to sing first. Why don't you sing a song about what you're hungry
Oh,
for?
good idea.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Okay.
Okay.
Wonder what it is.
Banana.
Okay.
Banana.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
Banana.
Are you understanding this?
Banana.
Huh?
What do you want?
Be more specific.
Banana.
Are you saying Caesar salad?
No. What I want is a banana.
Oh, a kumquat.
Banana.
Really? Salad? Rice? A casserole? Peanut butter? Got it.
Cucumbers.
No, you're not listening. I
What?
need
Oh, I got it. One of those. A lemon. Brussels sprouts. Spaghetti. Spaghetti. I'm kidding. It's not spaghetti. Here you go. I got your banana.
Nummy nanas.
There it is. So we have just experimented in front of you. Philippines,
Right. Hey,
Indonesia.
Steve and Ryan, this is so cool. Again, what do you call this?
This is a Dinky Talk. It's our Easy Talk system made for dinkies, and this is the Dinky Monkey.
I see. So this easy system was made specially for the dinky?
Yes.
It was.
Yeah.
And Wanlu, right now I have a microphone plugged into the back of it, so I can talk as the Dinky Monkey. And so if you don't want to have something pre-recorded, 1, 2, 3, 4, you can just use a microphone and have someone control my mouth.
Right. This is
Isn't that
so cool.
It's like
It's
motor
so
mouth,
cool.
except
It's
It's
so
a simple-
cool. I actually have your HF light, but this
Yes.
one is smaller because it's made
Yeah.
for the dinkies. So interesting. And is it basically the same with the HF light?
Yeah, so we make a size that is the same as the hands-free light. What's a little bit different is this one's not remote controlled. There's some automatic movements, so you don't have to
Oh,
control
right,
it.
right. Yes, that's
and then this one can be powered off the wall, where the hands-free light is only battery powered because of the circuitry on it. And then this one, because it responds to audio instead of pre-programming, it'll actually work with our AI system, or you can plug a microphone into it, or you can plug a voice memo.
Yeah.
So the benefit of the hands-free light is it's remote control. This one, we tried to make something that was a bit simpler so that if someone didn't want to have to program and set it up, you could just plug in a song and have, a vocal on the left side, and it'll automatically move the mouth. So it's similar in design, but the functionality is a little bit different.
Yeah. Simpler. Easy talk.
Easy talk. All right. This is very, 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 very interesting. I can imagine it in stores, in schools, even in companies, even in cafeterias for companies. And this will entertain a lot of people.
Even teachers, on doing their virtual Zoom calls, you need to make some announcements or something.
Yeah. Schools are all
bring
doing
on
it,
a little character to help break up the monotony of Zoom calls.
Right. So true.
Yeah.
Is this available already?
Yes, we are selling the Dinkies and the Dinky Talk, the Dinky Monkey first. We'll have 20 other characters, and as we develop these, we will have a rabbit, a dinosaur, a monster, a lion, and then those will also fit on the Dinky Talk.
And the website for that one, Lou, is just thedinkies.com. Dinkies is DINKYS. So thedinkies.com, you can watch the banana song and
that's another
find more stuff. But if you haven't seen the
great
banana
video.
song on YouTube, check it out. It's a song we just did, but we filmed a little video with several dinky monkeys
with puppets. Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. It's on our Axtell Expressions YouTube.
I'm sure all the viewers will check out the website. That's dinkies.com.
Thedinkies.com.
And check out the easy system as well, and all the other items from Axtell. Hey, Steve and Ryan, we'll take a short break again. Actually, it's the last break before we ask you, Steve, to tell the world your puppet story. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a break first. We'll be back. right, welcome back to the Puppet Stories. We are still with the great Steve Axtell from Axtell Expressions, as well as his son, Ryan. And before we call them back, we have a few people here would like to say hello to Steve and Ryan. Cherie Brown Roster is saying, those are very strong items. Congratulations on them and all you do. We also have Han Golondrina Rapada. Hello, hi. Elijah Lunaria saying, hello, Steve, keep safe. That's my son, Eli, saying hello to you, Steve and Ryan. Joshua Buendia, hello, and keep on watching the new channel. Thank you, Joshua. Briel Alcantara is watching. Tanya, Taylor, Axtell Attic, and Inside Axtell are both amazing. I agree, 100%. Kayono Budi, hi from Indonesia. Hello, my friends from Indonesia. And we also have a lot of Axtell Expressions, Axtell friends, Axtell fans from Indonesia. So saying hello to all of the Axtell fans from Indonesia. Rick Lensky, posable arms would be nice, and some random eye blinks. Well, Steve will tell us more about it. Helen Golondrina Rapada, ang cute ng monkey puppet. That's so true. These are really, really cute puppets. And Johnny Acuna, so cool. I agree, so cool. Okay, let's have Steve and Ryan back, please.
All right.
Welcome back to the show, Steve.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you
somebody's
for all the great
saying
comments.
about.
It's awesome.
Yeah, thank you. Somebody commented about posable arms, perhaps on the next characters, right? And random. Yes,
we're
go ahead.
looking at making a deluxe version of the Dinkies. We want to keep the price as low as possible, so we're trying to make them as simple as possible.
You know what, Steve? It's actually really easy. A little piece of wire, because the arms are so skinny. You can put a little piece of wire.
Yeah, you
around
can
them.
certainly
You
rig
can
it
easily
yourself.
Make them, yeah,
yeah, you can rig it yourself. But we do have a deluxe version that's silicone, which lasts a lot longer, and also that has a bean bag in the butt, 10% bigger, wired arms. And that will be available as an upgrade, a completely different Dinky. So we don't have those yet.
All right, Steve, before I ask you the last question before we end the show, I have one more question before the last one. You told everyone that you dreamed about this 25 years ago.
Yeah.
But why did it take you 25 years to do it now? I mean, you've done a lot of things. Why just now?
I think the pandemic had something to do with it. And the reason that I think that is because it was a simple idea, a very simple idea. And my mind kept going to the 200 inventions that I have, like the magic drawing board, the Burr illusion. I have a lot of inventions that are like off the meter and things that is still in my notebooks that I haven't touched. But because the pandemic came on us, and this is the year of clarity, 2020, not the kind of clarity we thought we were going to get. But because of this, we got to thinking about simpler items, things that would be less expensive that entertainers could afford and purchase.
And also something that bridges the gap between kind of toys and performance. You know, my kids love playing with the Dinkies. We just saw some really fun videos of kids that are excited about Dinkies. And it's also a very easy and again affordable item that packs a ton of joy and character into a small package. So, you know, we have a lot of customers who maybe aren't full-time puppeteers, but they love to add a character to the mix. And they could add this to their Zoom call or virtual show or throw it in their, you know, their travel luggage, and it doesn't take up a lot of space. So we thought, let's keep it simple and small. And then because Steve had so many designs that all kind of fell into this family, we thought, hey, well, maybe now's the time to, you know, press into this in a season where it might make sense for a lot of people.
It actually does, because on the puppet stories, we've had at least 4 children who performed in season 1, and I think there are a lot more children getting interested in the art of puppetry. So something affordable and something smaller, like the Dinkies, is perfect for the children who are getting interested in ventriloquism and in
That's right.
puppetry. So
That's right.
very, very cool idea. And
cool.
there you go.
Good
And
idea.
I really,
Like it.
Steve, here's what we're going to do. Maybe during the next character after the monkey, maybe a rabbit. I don't know what you have in mind. I'll get some of those for my son. All right.
All
Yeah.
right. Hey, by the way, I'm also ADD.
Oh,
So you can tell
Really?
your son we have something in common. I'm not so hyper, but I do have the.
yeah. My son is ADHD, but he's well. I
We
can
can
tell you a
survive.
lot of stories about him, but he's doing
Yeah.
good. He's doing very
Good.
well.
Awesome.
He's done a lot of puppetry festivals, and he does
That's
marionettes, ventriloquism. He loves
I
your
love it.
hands-free monkey. We have one, and
very
we use
cool.
it all the time. So we're basically, I'm not sure, but we can probably be the number one Axtell fan in the Philippines. I'm
I
not
love it.
sure, but
All
most
right.
likely. All right, before we end the show, Steve and Ryan, this is something we ask to all the guests on the show. Steve Axtell, Ryan Axtell, what is your puppet story?
So puppets are the ultimate magic trick. They are the most incredible and simplest illusion. So as you put your hand into an inanimate object and you can bring that to life,
Yeah.
I think it's incredible. So we call it the simplest form of magic and the most fundamental form of magic.
Mhm.
But to use our puppets to make the world a better place was the original goal. And of course, as I said, we multiplied that times 10,000 by getting them out to all the people that use our puppets around the world in 80 different countries. And Ryan, you can sum it up with the motto that you gave our company.
So I think, well, this was your motto, but we're about innovations that help you entertain the world. So our puppet story, I think it started out for Steve as a sculptor, as an artist,
Mhm.
someone who is, he is one of the best character design
Thank you.
people that I know. I mean, he just, the characters he creates just have such a personality. And so originally that started out being put into the form of puppets.
Yeah.
And then as we've been talking over the last couple of years, as the world continues to adapt and go virtual and puppets are still a huge part of that, we really boiled down what we do and said,
Yeah.
we design characters.
Yeah.
And oftentimes those characters end up as puppets, but they could be drawings, they could be licensed toy designs,
Animatronics,
could be
AI.
animatronics. Yeah. So our characters take many different forms. And so we are about creating characters that help you entertain the world. And we really mean that. This is about coming alongside people that share our desire to spread wonder and joy, like you. Yeah. And so, as our puppet journey has continued to press us into a place of joining with people across the world to spread wonder and joy and magic to make the world a happier place. So we continue to innovate and think of new ideas that hopefully allow people like yourself to do this.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you
said.
very much, Steve and Ryan. That was very well said. And just to add something to it, I hope Ryan knows that Steve, your dad, Ryan, is a major part of a lot of entertainers' lives. I mean, not only in the Philippines, I've seen Axtell puppets in Indonesia, Singapore, India, and I'm just talking about Asia. Of course, you have puppets in Italy, in France, I don't know, all over the world. So you've easily, I can say that you are a part of a lot of puppeteers' lives, and thank you very much for being so
show a little
creative.
respect. Gosh, come on.
Thank
man.
you. Thank you very much for being so
I
creative.
guess he's all right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for
thank you
being
very
so
much.
creative and sharing your creativity to us. Again, Ryan, Steve, I can say this on behalf of all the Axtell fans all over the world. Steve made us look good in front of an audience. We owe it to you, Steve. We owe you a debt of gratitude. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Wanlu.
Cheers.
Cheers. All right. Thank you very much for joining us. It's an honor. And Ryan, thank you very much for for joining your dad as well. And again and again, I won't get tired of saying this. Axtell, not just Steve, not just Ryan, but all the puppets that you've created, all the props that you've created, are part of a lot of entertainers' lives. Thank you very much. Okay, before we say goodbye, we have a few more people saying hello to Steve and Ryan. Khalid Ortalesa is watching. Pau Enriquez, Covita, Wanlu the Great. No, no. Helen Colandrina, Rapada. Ang dami nilang puppet. Yeah. Okay, yeah. And I have lots of Axel Expressions puppets. One day I'll show all the items, and it won't fit this 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 background, so I really didn't bring them out, but I do have a lot of puppets from them. Okay, more people saying hello. Thanks, Wanlu. Thanks, Steve. Kayono Budi from Indonesia. You have lots of fans in Indonesia as well. Steve and Ryan. Okay. Okay, before we say goodbye, again, we'd like to thank our friends, Dr. Mildred Vitangcol, the president of Sonta Club Makati Ayala, and Congresswoman Nina Taduran, ACT CIS party list. Of course, Bangon, Talentadong Pinoy, Saturdays, 8 p.m. on TV5. We also have our virtual puppet show. We have our circus show. We also have our dinosaur and animal safari show. If you want to see Axtell Expressions puppets, you've got to hire these shows of ours and see puppets come to life. Puppets from Steve Axel are always part of my show. So if you want to see them in action, do hire us for your parties or special events. Next week on Monday, we will go back to regular programming, ladies and gentlemen. That will be 5:30 p.m. Monday. We will be with the Quezon City Public Library Puppeteers. That's right. Again, that's next Monday, 5:30 p.m. We will be with the Quezon City Public Library Puppeteers. We'll have fun with them. Okay? In the meantime, thank you very much for joining us this evening. Salamat po sa lahat ng nagpuyat na kasama namin. We apologize. This is a special edition because we really wanted so badly to have Steve and Ryan Axtell on the show, so we did this special edition of the Puppet Stories. Thank you very much for joining us. On behalf of my good friend Nicolo, he's backstage, and my friend from the new channel, Director Mabin, and our producers, Miss Apple and Sir Lloyd. Again, thank you very much for joining us this evening, and don't forget, may the Lord keep us all safe. Bye, everyone.